Dude, I'm gonna have a fucking panic attack. There's no way Manco is gonna kick us off our jobs.
You want to talk about stress? You want to talk about stress? Let's talk about stress. Look at that!
Holy shit, is that all from the sniper video?
Yeah, I have to look through all of those. But it's okay.
Why is it okay?
Because we lost our jobs. We're fired. Look, next to the loadout videos, the crate videos are the only one that gets views. People don't pay me. Obviously, with any video talking about rebalancing TF2, especially about Sniper, a lot of people are going to disagree. Some so much to the point that they comment on my Steam profile. However, with a game without such clear-cut lines and tons of variation in the gameplay, everyone is going to have different ideas on how to balance this game. Today, I hope to dispel any bad quote-unquote rumors, anything like that surrounding my original video, and I will respond to your points the best I can.
Fun fact. In one of Uncle Dane's old videos, he mentioned visiting Valve's office shortly after the Jungle Inferno update and talking directly with the TF2 devs. One of the questions that came up was about the sniper class, if they thought he was unfun to fight against. The devs replied that they understand the problem and will have to do something with sniper. So, if TF2 hadn't gone into its semi-abandoned state, we might have actually seen a real sniper nerf down the line.
I was going to bring this up, but unfortunately I never structured it in the video. I would have loved to have seen what the TF2 devs would have done to change him, but I guarantee that no matter what they did, it would still make a ton of people upset. And of course, while the current state of TF2 is a bittersweet feeling that I hope doesn't stay stagnant, well, at the same time, I love the familiarity of it. TLDR, change is good and bad, and I suck at making videos.
TF2 CLASSIC Soul Sniper rebalancing they did that actually works very well is to give every sniper rifle bullet tracers. Every time you shoot, you openly reveal your position to pretty much the entire enemy team. If you hit that headshot, then great. But no matter if you hit or miss, you better move your ass and reposition yourself somewhere else before every spy, scout, soldier, demo, and pyro on the planet is closing in on your location.
Honestly, this was a great fix, and while it definitely doesn't fix quote-unquote everything, it's very simple and effective. TF2 players are very prone to tunnel vision, and I'm sure if they saw a highlighted line up the map and take out their teammate, I'm sure they would target them. Good point I didn't bring up.
I suck at headshots, and I feel like an asshole when body shotting, even if I'm using the Hitman's Heatmaker. If this got added, I'd probably play Sniper more.
My intentions with this rework was to make Sniper more quote-unquote fun. Personally, I find that the harder something is, the more fun and rewarding it is for me. That being the main reason why I main engineer in TF2. And if it's more challenging to hit headshots, it would feel great, like hitting an insane crossbow or getting a long kill streak. I'm glad you see the vision, unlike so many others.
That's why snipers support. He's, Spy, and Medic are super strong, but only with a team. Without it, a flanker or spy easily gets rid of him.
I would beg to differ. Both Spy and Medic require to be in the vicinity of danger, whether it be direct targeting or splash damage. There is inherent risk and reward with how they are positioned. However, a good sniper understands that they have the same effective damage across all ranges, and will take full advantage of that. And when we get into the discussion of flankers, that's where I'd bring up the Girardi Bushwalker combo, which might as well be a second teammate. Or even something like the Razorback, which, while easy to counter, blocks Spy's main attribute with no skill.
I think the best way to balance snipers is by adding reverse damage falloff, where the damage greatly increases to the max on far distances and is greatly reduced on closer range. So what does this mean is that trying to quick scoping on a range of few meters away will only do chip damage, thus encouraging snipers to get more far away from the front lines, and also making quick scoping scout or spies less practical. Look, man, I just read the script. I don't comment on the grammar. That's not my job.
I think this is a great fix. I mean, we don't exactly want to encourage close range sniping. Good point I didn't bring up, and with the right numbers, I think it could be good.
There's a glitch at 4 minutes and 20 seconds. How'd you not catch that? Big Chief, more like tiny leader. Yeah, that's what you get. See need, fill need.
Wow. Big content creators stepping on the little guys. Real mature.
Scout is broken. Just jump back and forth and nobody will be able to hit you. Soldier's broken. He has so much splash damage that you're guaranteed to get hit. And it doesn't matter if he's kind of a bad situation because he can just rocket jump away, completely negating the need for good positioning. Pyro's broken. They can easily just get kills by holding down W plus M1. It can get kills even if they lose the afterburn. Devilman is broken. The sleepy bomb launcher. Heavy's broken. Around medics and payload cards.
I think this argument is in extremely bad faith and misinterprets a lot of what I was trying to say. You basically just list every class strengths or how to play them properly, and you make that a reason why they are broken. Meanwhile, the reasons that I mentioned is that Sniper is fundamentally quote-unquote too easy while still influencing the majority of the match. I would highly encourage you to actually watch my video and understand more of what I was trying to say.
An engineer main complaining about Sniper. Lol.
While I could be very biased with this opinion as Engineer is my most played class, I would say my playtime is pretty evenly spread out. And on most classes, Sniper has been a problem for me. And this opinion is very much well known within anybody that means anybody. And if this comment is somehow referencing that engineer is quote-unquote overpowered, I would ask you to play the class for more than 3 rounds against a competent team and get back to me.
I personally think mappers should just be really thoughtful of how they make sightlines and flanks.
While bad map design plays a lot into how a sniper performs, with long narrow hallways being the biggest offenders, I would have to say that mappers should take sightlines with snipers into serious consideration, and what counterplays they can make for the classes, whether it be flank routes or well-placed health packs and ammo boxes.
While all the issues you mentioned are really just noticeable from, as you mentioned, 1,000-hour snipers, the issue is that 90% of sniper players are medium or low playtime. By implementing these nerfs, you would just kill the class viability for anyone except the experts. Imagine being a new player and Sniper has all the reworks you mentioned. Absolute nightmare to play.
Listen, I'm not quite sure how these changes would affect new snipers' play. Hell, I don't even know if these are the right changes. My whole goal with this was to just suggest something and hopefully maybe 1 or 2 things stick at the wall. As I said at the end of the video, I'm not a game dev. I truly don't know what's best for TF2, and I know that a lot of beginner players gravitate towards him because you can just know how to aim well and perform well. However, isn't that a bad way of teaching new players? I already have a ton of complicated things that a beginner has to deal with, but giving them a class that simple and making them stick to it, I'm not quite sure that's the best teaching method, as just like every class in TF2, there's only one like it.
The thing with the sniper is he's supposed to be like in the SFM video, which is 100% not. Snipers IRL in games and the SFM take time, position, wait, lime the shots, and then fire. Again. I'm just reading this, please don't kill me.
A strange but very interesting point. Sniper does not require a lot of setup time, and I question if something like a bipod would be effective, making him stationary while giving him a bonus. But Tony, show the sign.
I say nerf his health to 60. If he gets to kill people in one shot from long range, then he should die just as easily in close range.
I'm gonna have to disagree. When we start talking about low health, typically it has to come with some kind of buff to the class itself, like health on kill. When we start talking that low of numbers, you remove any counterplay or retaliation that he could do, and Sniper's health is the least of my problems, and I think that it's fine where it's at.
In my opinion, maybe sending a petition letter to Valve, similar to the unmute free-to-plays movement, could be a good idea to encourage change.
While Valve works on the appropriately coined Valve time, they do have a tendency to fix things with enough community outcry. However, do I think Sniper in his current state ruins the game to the point of action by Valve? No, not at all. However, would I appreciate it and would I think it makes the game better? Yeah.
Go play Overwatch.
You couldn't pay me.
1. Tracers on all rifles. 2. Nerf the damage numbers on the quickscope headshot. 3. Less ammo capacity.
I think these are good fixes. Less serious than mine, but I think it could be a good thing. Nerfing quickscope damage is essential due to just the frank absurdity of it, and the less ammo capacity will nerf him after a long kill streak. Not bad.
The problem isn't that he needs a rework or a nerf. The problem is people not knowing how to counter him and refusing to adapt to the situation at play. People tend to forget that almost every class has some method to counter him.
While I agree that most people complaining about Sniper do not know how to counter him, that is if we are talking in the average Sniper scenario. Yeah, in a perfect world, if you avoid his sightline, flank him while he's tunnel vision, you can get him. However, that's where the dream scenario ends, and quickscoping and Girardi Bushwalker combos become a factor. You can counter him. My argument is that the tools he has are so powerful that he will come out on top in most scenarios in casual games with very little playtime or effort.
So you're basically making Sniper useless with that idiotic damage rework. Do you know how game design works? You clearly don't, but pretending to be.
Also, I'm not a professional game dev. Don't take anything I say here too seriously, and feel free to discuss with me in the comments below.
Are you seriously this mentally disabled, or are you just pretending?
Dude, it's a YouTube video.
Only bad players complain about Sniper this much.
Look, I'm not going to pretend that I'm the best TF2 player ever. However, I'm not the only one with this opinion, and a lot of players across all skill levels are saying this. I hope this was a good follow-up of getting you into my thought process, and I hope you enjoyed. Again, I suggested these with the intention to get your feedback, and I appreciate everybody that didn't directly insult me. I accept donations in the form of TF2 items, however, I value your time and subscription just as much, if not even more. Thank you for watching my video.